Hi guys, welcome back to Black Magic Beauty. My name is Trish. Today I'm going to be going over my empties for August, but this is a 2-week late video. I've got like 4 videos that I still need to put up. I've been having a crazy time, guys. I am sitting in the Costco parking lot right now. My husband is shopping. My son is passed out in the car seat behind me. And I just need to vent. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna post the intro for this video, get some shit off my chest, and then I'll jump into the empties when I get back. So if you only wanna see makeup and you don't want a life update, then I will put a timestamp in the description so you can just skip over my bitching. But I swear to God, this has been a year. It's been a year, and it's the first year I'm on YouTube, and like the year that I decide to start YouTube is the year that I've had worse years. I definitely have, but just everything has just been nonsense since January. So I'm just gonna go down the list because I'm getting so fed up. January, and trigger warning for some of these because some of these are a little deep, so like if you don't want to hear about this, just please skip it. But January, me and my husband had been trying to have a baby for like 6 months at that point. I finally got pregnant and we lost the baby like almost immediately. And you know what? I'm okay. Obviously I'm pregnant again. Everything's good. It just sucked because it's like we had been trying for like 6 months and then I finally get pregnant and then it was like an instant loss, and that was a bummer, and that's how my year started. And then in February I lost a family member. She didn't die, but I had to make a really hard choice to finally cut somebody who was just not safe to be around my children out of my life permanently, and that was really hard. And then March comes around, and maybe it was because of the stress of everything, but I had a literal cancer scare, and I spent the good amount of March thinking something was horribly wrong with me. The first doctor that I saw completely dismissed me, and she was just like, oh, you're too young for this. Like, this isn't a thing. This isn't a thing. You're too young for it. And just completely dismissed all my concerns. So now I'm freaking out more, and I'm like, what if something's horribly wrong with me? What if I'm gonna die? What are my husband and my son gonna do? Like, it was just this mental spiral. Turns out it was nothing. It was just a lump that was caused by like a cyst that might have been caused by the miscarriage. I don't know. I'm fine, but that was stressful. So that was March. And then in April, immediately following that, my coworker dies, which I told you about. And that left work being a complete hellscape and shit show for the majority of the month. So by the time May comes around, I'm already completely burnt out. It's just been a shit couple of months. I've been working my ass off. And I'm done. I'm just burnt out. And then I find out I'm pregnant again, which is great. Like, I was super happy. I was very excited. This is great. This is what we wanted. But then I start feeling like complete shit, like immediately. Like it's just been a horrible pregnancy, and I don't want to say that because like I'm happy that I'm pregnant, but it's been really hard trying to deal with all of that. And I was already burnt out at the time. So I'm going through May and I'm pregnant and I'm just trying to get by. June comes around, my husband gets in a car accident, so we lose one of our cars. He's okay, but now we're down to 1 car, so we're trying to like figure everything out. Him working his schedule, me working my schedule. My son's gonna be going to preschool soon. We're trying to figure this out with just 1 car. It sucks. And then, because I'm feeling so horrible from my pregnancy, I have to reduce my hours in June. So now my paychecks are getting cut. So then I submit a disability claim in June because I had signed up for a disability company in the beginning of the year that made a big point to tell me that they do like temporary reduction of hours coverage, right? So I'm like, okay, this is fine. I'll just submit a claim for this. I got all the paperwork through, but it took like forever to deal with it through my doctor and everything, because then I had to wait for my doctor, and then I had to fill out this paperwork. So that's been a thing. July and August, I'm basically in like survival mode, just dragging ass, trying to get to the point where I feel okay, and I am just bleeding money at this point because I am losing like $2,000 a month because of my cut hours, and I end up blowing through pretty much my entirety of my savings just trying to scrape by. And I'm like, you know what, this is fine, it's fine, we'll get through it. I'll bring my hours up again once I start feeling better, or once I'm not pregnant anymore. And like, I've got that disability claim in the works, so like once that goes through, like I'll have a little extra money left over, right? And I'm still paying like $200 a month for the disability while I'm waiting for that. September happens this month, Labor Day. It's my husband's birthday, and my cat suddenly gets sick, and she ends up being sent to an emergency hospital that's out of area to do emergency surgery because she swallowed something that got stuck in her intestines. So now she can't eat or poop, and if we don't get it out, she's essentially going to starve to death and die. So we do the surgery, and we get hit after all my savings is gone. We get hit with a $9,000 bill. And even at this point, I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be all right. We'll get through this. It's just money. We're going to deal with it, right? And then today, I find out that the whole reason I signed up for this insurance, like, because I thought it was really cool that they do, because I could have gone with any company. I thought it was really cool that they do both full disability as well as like temporary reduction in hours. That's like what swung me to signing up for this insurance, even though it was more expensive. It was $200 a month, but I thought it was worth it in case something happened. And something did happen. They tell me today, 3 months after I initially put the claim in, which I had described to them exactly my situation, and they had nothing to say about it other than, okay, we'll get this through for you. They don't cover that. They don't cover temporary reduction in hours. So whoever signed me up lied to me, and whoever set up that claim to begin with just didn't feel like mentioning that that's actually not something that they cover. So since putting in that claim, I've paid an additional $600 a month. I mean, not a month, $600 for this insurance, just to find out that they don't even cover any of that. And I've paid like, I don't know, $1,400 since the beginning of the year in premiums, under the guise of them covering certain things that they just don't even cover, when I could have gotten Aflac for half as much that covers more. Like, I am so done. I'm stressed. All of my money is gone. I'm pregnant. Baby's gonna be here in 4 months. And it's just been one goddamn thing after another since January. I don't even know. Like, ultimately, I know things are gonna be okay. And you know, I'm doing my best to keep a positive outlook, and I'm trying to remind myself that everything's going to be okay. Like, and every time we get a hit, every time we take a hit, I tell myself, like, okay, we'll get through it. We'll figure this thing out and we'll get through it. And then it's just been one more hit after another, and I'm just so over it. That being said, my spending's been a hell of a lot better. I haven't been buying makeup or skincare or any of that nonsense. I haven't been buying anything that I don't need because I literally can't. All of my spare money right now is going towards paying down debt and like baby stuff. So I had a good month when it comes to my low buy. Like, I brought in 2 items, and they were items that were essentially covered through gift cards and trades. So yeah, thank you for letting me bitch. But that's just kind of where things are at right now. And I will go ahead and show you my makeup. All right, thank you. What? All right, so that got cut off a little abruptly because my husband finished shopping, so we had to get driving. But basically all I was saying was that I'm gonna be fine. I'm just tired at this point, and things have just been really nuts, which also kind of plays into the fact of why I haven't been uploading videos. But on the bright side of things, my low buy is actually doing a little bit better. So not a whole lot kind of came in or out in the last month, but I do have a couple of things to talk about. I'm going to start with the 2 items that I did purchase. I say purchase because I didn't actually end up really paying any real money for them. So the first one is this Pat McGrath lipstick. I ended up getting the Pat McGrath lipstick in Fembot, like Austin Powers. This was actually a trade. So if you remember, during my declutter, I ended up decluttering those 3 Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes that I just realized weren't for me. I actually traded all of those for this one lipstick, which on the surface seems like not a very good trade, but for me it was, because I'm basically passing on 3 eyeshadow palettes that I know I'm really not going to get a lot of use out of, and I'm getting one lipstick that is actually brand new, that I know I'm going to really appreciate. It's like a perfect color for me. It's like a muted pinky color. I'm going to really like it. So I'm personally happy with that trade. For the second item that came in, I ended up using a gift card for. So I'm part of a rewards program that I end up getting gift cards like quarterly for various different stores based on like them tracking my phone usage and whatever. And they don't have a lot of gift card options for places that I actually like, but they do have Sephora. So I ended up getting like a $25 gift card to Sephora, and I ended up purchasing this Kayali perfume that I have been wanting for a few months now. I just got the little mini. I'm pretty sure it was on sale at the time that I got it too. So I don't remember exactly how much it came to, but I think I maybe paid $5 out of pocket for this. It wasn't much. So honestly, those are all that came in. I did not buy any hair care. I did not buy any nail care, no body care, no skin care. Well, I guess this is technically considered body care, but I just got myself a little mini perfume and I traded for a little lipstick, and that was the extent of what came in. And I honestly have to say, I'm pretty happy about that. Like, one thing that tends to happen to me when I get really stressed, which I know a lot of you can relate to, is I just end up buying stuff. And there has been some buying going on recently, but it's been mostly baby related items. And I've been trying to be really mindful about like being intentional with what I am purchasing. I have a baby shower coming up next month. So I'm not trying to like spend all my money on a bunch of stuff that I know I'm not going to end up needing. But when it comes to like formula and diapers and things that we're going to need like a shit ton of, I've been kind of like slowly stocking up on those. And if I get a coupon here and there for like an outfit or maybe like a swaddle or something like that, I've been buying that sort of thing. But yeah, other than that, I've been pretty proud of myself that I haven't been indulging, despite being super stressed. And a lot of it is just because a big portion of that stress has to do with finances right now. I'm not making a lot of money. I was making decent money before, and me cutting my hours just kind of slashed that. And then all of these bills just came on top of me like at the same time. And I'm just like, whoa, like I don't even know how to handle this right now. But yeah, I haven't defaulted to shopping for stress relief, which is perfect because shopping is the absolute last thing I need to be doing right now. And, you know, even before I got hit with some of this stuff, I was able to resist some really tempting sales. So back in August, there were like 3 different major sales going on between Ulta and Sephora. The first one that was the most tempting to me was Ulta did their Diamond Days event that they do once a year, where it was 10 times points on pretty much everything. And that's a big deal. When you're a Diamond member, 10 times points means like you spend $100, you get 1,000 points or more. I'm not sure exactly how they calculate it, because I usually get 1.25 points for what I buy. So I don't know if that 0.25 like factors into the times 10. I'm not sure exactly, but you get at least 1,000 points back, which is like $50 worth of stuff. So spend $100, you get $50 back. That's basically 50% off of everything. Like, that is a big deal. I initially added some things to the cart thinking, okay, I might as well take advantage of the rewards and just get like a couple of things that I need. I think I added in like my La Roche-Posay eye makeup remover that I use a lot that I don't have currently, and a couple of other like really boring basic things. But then I was looking at it and I was like, oh, you know, maybe I should just get the stuff that I want right now and take advantage of the points, and then I can use those points later on for like Black Friday sales, and then I can get gifts for people. And I just started like spiraling, and before I knew it, I ended up adding like $260 of stuff into my cart. And I know for some people that's not a lot of money, but right now for me that's a huge amount of money. And I looked at it and I just was like, nope, pump the brakes. And I deleted everything from my cart. I did not buy a single thing. I walked away from it. I let the time pass, and I was pretty happy with myself about that. Same thing with Sephora. Sephora was having 50% off of a lot of items earlier in the month. And I kind of like browsed through a couple of them and then just closed it out and didn't think about it again. And then Ulta was having their 21 days of beauty sale after that. And again, I was just like, nope, I'm good. Like, I do not need to be worrying about bullshit right now. Like, I have too many other things on my plate. And I just have to say, that just makes me happy. Like, despite all of the just absolute nonsense this year, I feel like I've been going through it with a pretty good head on my shoulders. And when it comes to the shopping, I've been getting better and better and better about it as I've been going through the months. And that's one thing that really does make me really happy. Like, you know, that's a personal win. And I just wanted to share that. I shared all my bitching and I shared all my nonsense that I've been dealing with for this year. And that's one thing that really, really has been good, is just me being able to look at things a little bit more objectively. And if I start going down that mental rabbit hole, I can stop myself and be like, nope, like, this is dumb. You don't need that. So that's been good. From there, I do have a couple of other things that I added into my inventory, some of which I already had and I just did not realize I had it. So when I was going through the medicine cabinet recently, actually, I found like all of these little samples that I did not have in my inventory at the beginning of the year, because for some reason I had shoved them into a bag and put them into my medicine cabinet. And I was like organizing everything the other day and I found them at the bottom of like a box. So anyways, I have a correcting brightening eye cream from Kirsten Florian. I have a Hydra Memory Serum by Comfort Zone. I have a AHA BHA toner from Paula's Choice. And I actually have 2 of these samples of Vital Essence serum oil, which I do really like. So I've had these probably for about a year now, and I just didn't even realize. So I just wanted to mention them so that if they pop up at some point in the future when I finish them, you know where they came from. So those are being added back into my inventory. And when I traded for the lipstick, she actually sent me some freebies as well. So she sent me this like scalp serum a L'Occitane something. It doesn't really say what this is. I'm going to assume this is a serum. And she actually sent me a full, like, mini deluxe Urban Decay eyeliner in whiskey, which was really cool. So I wasn't expecting those. Those came with the lipstick when she sent them to me. And then when I purchased the Kayali perfume, I actually ended up getting a pretty decent sized deluxe sample of Replica's Beach Walk for free with it. So that was really cool. So that's everything that's come in, which overall I think is a lot lighter than previous months. So that makes me pretty happy. Unfortunately, not a whole lot was used up though. I didn't do any more declutters this month. I did my major declutter, I think, last month, and then I just have a couple of items that I use. So for skincare, this I actually used previously. So I don't know if you remember the Pan That Palette body butter that I created out of the eyeshadow and the body butter and the oil. I actually finished this when I finished that body butter, but I completely forgot to include it in my empties last month. So I'm including it in this month. This is just my clarifying lavender oil. So that is finished up, and I added 2 points in for this because I never added the points for it either. I also finished up my Kristen Florian vitamin C serum, which I ended up really liking. Usually I stay away from vitamin C because it tends to break me out and irritate my skin. I've noticed for some reason during this pregnancy, it's not bothering me at all. So I was able to actually pound through this and finish that up. So that was nice. So that's another 2 points. And I also finished my Confidence in a Cream by IT Cosmetics. I do like this lotion. Definitely not my favorite lotion of all time by any means, but it is nice to have. I think I got it as a gift. So I just kind of finished that up and I moved on to my Skin Script Hydrating Lotion that I like a lot more, and I've been enjoying that a lot. So that is 6 points for skincare. I did not finish up any makeup in April, and I finished up 2 body care items. So I did finish my Native Black Oak and Amber scent of deodorant, and like usual, I scraped out every little last bit that I could get out of here. So that was another 2 points. And I actually finally finished this gigantic body wash bottle of thermal mineral gel. This I liked. I don't think I would get it again though. It was very piney, which is okay for like wintertime, but this is such a huge container. I think I've been working on this for the better part of the year, and it's not really a scent that I would go for most of the year. But it is nice to use like occasionally, but it's way too big of a bottle for me to want to deal with again. So I finished up that. So that's another 4 points in my body care, which my body care was atrocious last month. So I'm basically down to negative 45 body care points at this point, but it's still an improvement. It's still something. So makeup is 9 because I did add in another 4 points for this. Skincare is 15.1 because I had something 0.1 last month and I added in 6 points. I gave myself 6 points for finishing those, and body care is currently 45. So overall, my low buy is actually doing pretty good. I've been doing better about sales. I haven't been bringing a whole bunch in. There was a little bit of movement this month, but not a whole lot. Again, I'm sorry about the late update. I know I usually do this on like the first or within the first week, but things have just been, it's okay. It's okay. Good things. I'm going to talk about good things. So I told you all about all my bad shit that's been going on this year, but pregnancy so far has been going really good. Baby's healthy. I'm feeling a little bit better actually. I was feeling like complete trash for like the longest time. Like I could barely function. And the last couple of weeks I've actually like gotten my energy a little bit and I'm able to do more. I even painted my room It was white. I finally got around to painting it. I set up my crib, and my son is like super excited about having a little sister. It's a girl, by the way, so we're having a little sister. And he's so excited. He keeps saying the sweetest stuff. Like, I set up the crib the other day, and he came in, and I was like talking to him, and I was just like, oh, remember when you were sleeping in this crib? I was like, this is where the baby's going to be sleeping when the baby comes. And he was like, we can sleep together. And he like wanted to sleep with the baby, and it was so sweet. And he was like asking me when the baby's going to get here. He keeps counting down. He's just been adorable about the whole thing. So that's been awesome, honestly. And I'm just glad to be feeling a little bit better. Finances are an absolute disaster right now, especially with my cat's bill. That was kind of scary. They literally had to like gut her. Like, they cut open her entire abdomen. It is currently stapled together. Because she swallowed a piece of a Nerf dart. And I don't even know where the Nerf dart came from. Like, she's always had a thing with foam. Like, ever since she was a little kitten, she's always had a thing with foam. So, like, I think that's why she went after the Nerf dart, but, like, the little rubber piece at the end just got, like, lodged, like, right in her intestine, and it was not moving. She had been throwing up for, like, days, which is how we figured out she was sick, because it started, like, just every so often, and then it started increasing, and we're like, okay, something's wrong with her. But, yeah, I mean, she's okay, though. Like, she's alive, and there were some people in my life that was like, why didn't you just put her down? Like, $9,000 isn't a tremendous amount of money. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And it's a lot more than I was expecting to pay. But when it comes down to it, she's 6 years old. She's a perfectly healthy cat. Otherwise, I just didn't feel like it would be responsible of me to just say, okay, put her down over money. When we could very easily just do the surgery and she would be okay. And like, it's not like she's going to have lasting health problems from this. You know what I mean? So it is a lot of money, but that didn't feel like the right thing to do. And we will deal with it. We'll figure it out. You know, like I said, with everything else, we'll figure it out. It's just, when it's just one thing after another like this, it really starts to just get to you. You know what I mean? And especially with a baby coming, it's like we're trying to be even more mindful about money, because babies are expensive. Maternity leave is expensive. Like, I'm going to be missing a lot of work after I have my baby, and it's just like we're getting to the point where we're kind of freaking out a little bit, or at least I am. But when it comes down to it, everybody's healthy. You know, I'm healthy, baby's healthy. Saggy, my cat, she's fine. She's getting her staples out in a couple of days. She's doing good. You know, I really can't say things have been awful. Like, I have had some awful, awful years in my life. I've gone through abuse. I've been homeless. I've been completely abandoned. I've had days that I didn't know if there was anybody who cared about me, if I was even going to get something to eat that day. I didn't have a roof over my head. Like, those are the kind of days that I have in my past. So now when stuff like this comes up, even if it's been like a lot of one after the other kind of things, I just have to remind myself, like, it's okay. I have come from so much worse than that. And really, I have a good life. You know, I have an amazing husband. I have an adorable, beautiful little son that I love so much. We've got a daughter on the way. We bought our own house. I have a good job. Like, I really can't complain that much. It's still going to be stressful, though. Sometimes things are just going to be stressful, but I just have to keep reminding myself, like, no matter how stressful it gets, as long as I have my family, we're going to be okay. So I just wanted to put some positivity out there, because I know I started off this video in kind of a mess of a state, but overall, I feel like things have been pretty good. Considering. And, you know, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on. And I really appreciate everybody who's been watching these videos and supporting me and being patient when, you know, you want to see the makeup stuff and I don't upload for like 3 weeks. You know, that's just life, I guess. But I will be sure to record a couple more videos this week so I can also update my Pan palette and my Project A to Z and my Graveyard that I was supposed to do like 3 weeks ago. I will get to it, I promise. But thank you so much for watching and supporting me. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.